on, people? Falcon fan, this your boy Ricundo. Come back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about should the Falcons, or will the Falcons, actually draft a quarterback at number 8. So before we get into it, guys, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please hit notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. And then please hit the share button so my video can go throughout the YouTube universe so more people can hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, guys, start. Will the Falcons, or should they, actually pick a quarterback at number 8? That's the question. We all know right now the state of the franchise. We actually got rid of our franchise quarterback, Matt Ryan, after 14 seasons. They do have Marcus Mariota coming in, probably the potential starter for this year. During his press conference today, he pretty much said that he wanted to come in and try to make the players around him better, and that's his hope, that's his wish. Say he did learn a lot, from the last 3 seasons, from him being bench for Ryan Tannehill, then being the backup quarterback for Derek Carr. So that experience have taught him a little bit. Being on with Arthur Smith, thinking about Arthur Smith, he mentioned that he liked the way Arthur Smith is straightforward with him, telling him exactly what the deal is, and that experience, and from the first time Arthur Smith and the growth that he has had over the last 3 years, he feel like that's going to help him. So look like he probably going to end up being our starter. However, like I said, the question is, will the guys go ahead and draft a quarterback at number 8? All right, my personal opinion, like I said, I don't think any of these quarterbacks is a top 10 quarterback in the draft this year. However, some of these guys' ceiling is very high. You can see the talent, you can see the arm strength. I guess the one question is, everybody always talking about pro days, but when do guys ever really have a bad pro day where they then go out and make great passes, with shorts on and something that's scripted, and 70 passes they already went through with their, their quarterback coach or whatever, getting them ready for the pro day. So I know hopefully a lot of people don't take a whole lot of stock in pro days, but we did have some highlights this week or some guys from their pro days, like Malik Willis, the way he was throwing the ball around. Kenny Pickett, he actually had a good pro day as well. Matt Corral, and then Desmond Ritter. Looking at all those guys' pro days, they all actually fared really well. But I'm pretty sure that hopefully the scouts and the coaches and all these guys pretty much just putting on the game film and seeing how these guys, first of all, how these guys probably would fit into their system, into the organization, and like I said, how good they think these guys gonna actually be in the NFL. And nowadays, I think it's a good thing that you probably need to do is kind of stack them up to the quarterbacks that's already in the NFL, especially the young quarterbacks, especially all those quarterbacks in the AFC like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Sean Watson, all those young quarterbacks. Of course, you got some of the veteran ones like Russell Wilson as well. The young quarterback from the Chargers. I can't think of his name right now, but all those quarterbacks and the way they play, and all those quarterbacks are somebody that right now potentially can actually get their guys to in contention. Josh Allen, of course, I don't want to forget about him. He might be one of the favorites. This team might be one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. So I think it's important to kind of stack your quarterbacks up with those young quarterbacks, because they're going to be in the league for a long time. And then you not to count the young draft class that came in last year with Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence and Josh Wilson and all those guys. So just think about it. So I think it's important, if you're going to bring a quarterback into your franchise, of course, where they're ceiling, how good can they be? They're going to be a dynamic quarterback, so explosive quarterback. So they're going to be somebody that fits your scheme and how you'll be able to utilize their skill set. So I think that's the what these guys are looking at, not just to help us say we got a quarterback for the future, but something that they can see being the future franchise quarterback. And like we said before, guys, a lot of times that it's hard to find a franchise quarterback in this league. That's why the Falcons is in this position. They decided to get rid of their franchise quarterback. Despite what everybody ever may think about Matt Ryan, he was a franchise quarterback. 14 years in this league, played 14 years for any team is a long time. And to play at the high level that he played at, that says a lot. And now the Falcons don't have that anymore. So they got to find a franchise quarterback. And until they do, we're going to be in this little limbo that we are in now. So that's why I'm asking the question, should these guys actually pick a quarterback at number 8? So, like I said, for me, I would think that, I think we talked about this so many times. I think it's best to build a team around the quarterback first and then bring that quarterback in. However, of course, one pick in a draft does not make your draft, right? So if these guys was to go ahead and say pick a quarterback at number 8, it's not the end of the draft. We're understanding that this young man might not play this year. He can sit behind Marcus for a year and learn how to develop and learn the the way the pro game is played, and he can sit back and learn from, like I said, a professional who's been in the league for a while, sort of like what Trey Lance did last year with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then people might think it's a wasted pick. However, if you really feel that he's your franchise quarterback for the future, it's not really wasted. It's just the fact, especially in this season where the Falcons are not expected to do a whole lot because of the roster we got laid out, and the fact that you don't have a franchise quarterback, expectations are not that high. So being able to so-called waste a pick on the first pick and your first pick in the draft this year is not as bad. So we'll just have to see. So the question is, who would they really want to pick at number 8? Right now, I'm leaning towards 3 quarterbacks that I could actually see these guys actually picking at number 8. Of course, Malik Willis. Like I said, the kid's got all the talent in the world. We just got to see if it's going to be able to translate into the NFL. Of course, he played at Liberty. I don't know the kind of competition that he had at Liberty, and then some of his games when he did play better competition, his game kind of didn't play as well as in some of the other games. So you have to take that into consideration, and that's why some people didn't have him going in the top 10. Just simply as that, he has all the raw talent, but he still need to be developed. So, but like I said, if these guys already understand that, and they're not planning on putting him out there this year to be the savior for this team, it wouldn't be a bad thing to pick him at number 8. Next quarterback, Desmond Ritter. I think they really like Desmond Ritter. I can see him actually in Arthur Smith's offense. Some of the stuff he does, he's athletic, he's mobile, just like Malik Willis, and he's been in the college playing for a while, so he have a lot of experience, he have a lot of snaps. So they got actually more film of him in a Division I program to see how his game could probably translate to the pros. So Desmond Ritter is definitely, I think, it's probably on their radar. Somebody they could pick at number 8, like I said. And once again, I don't think that he'll be playing this season, but he can definitely sit behind somebody like Marcus Mariota and learn from him. And then the last guy, to me, I think they probably would consider is Matt Corral. And I just like him because his release, he has athletic ability as well, mobile. His release is something to be desired. I think the way he get rid of the ball, he's very accurate. However, like I said, you up and down. You watch some of his games where he didn't play that well, just like all these other quarterbacks like in this draft. So, but that release that he has and the way he places his passes, he plays with anticipation. I like the way Matt Corral plays. So that could be another guy that they probably could actually be considering. Could any of these guys fall to their second pick? Could. But like I said, if at the end of the day, if these guys know that one of these quarterbacks or the guy they want to be the franchise quarterback, you don't want to take that chance and wait till the second round to actually draft him. So you're going to actually go ahead and draft him now. It's not a wasted pick because you consider him to be the future of your franchise, and you're going to let him sit. Like I said, just like Trey Lance did last year, the 49ers kind of knew that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be their starter. However, they moved up always in number 3 to leapfrog the Atlanta Falcons to actually get Trey Lance because they seen Trey Lance as their future. So could be somewhere in the scenario. The difference between the 49ers and the Falcons, the 49ers knew they still had a chance to make the Super Bowl with the team they had already had built around a young quarterback. The Falcons in a different boat. So actually, I think the Falcons can actually have a better reason to go ahead and pick a quarterback because, like I said, no expectations this year. All right, the question is going to be why they just didn't do this last year and go ahead and draft us, just say a Justin Fields at number 4, and then let him sit behind Matt Ryan and then get rid of Matt Ryan this year, and Justin Fields could have took over the team, right? Because maybe, like I said, at that time they didn't feel like Justin Fields, they was not really totally in love with Justin Fields. And that would be the only reason I would pick a quarterback in number 8 if I'm in love with this guy. So Terry Fontenot did say in his press conference that they was not going to reach, and hopefully he stick to that, because if they don't love one of these guys as their franchise quarterback for the future, they should not reach at number 8 because, like I said, in my opinion, I don't think any of these guys is worth their top 10 pick. So that's what I think about them drafting a quarterback at number 8. Personally, I would go defense. We talked about that, and probably start, like I said, since they have pretty much kind of boosted up their secondary a little bit, instead of going with Sauce Gardner like I had talked about at number 8 a couple of videos ago. I think I would go defensive line now, probably defensive tackle, somebody like a Jordan Davis, or I'll go pass rusher, somebody like a Thibodeau or Johnson, or even a Trayvon Walker, somebody like that. And that's probably what I would do at number 8. Vice going to get a DB or a quarterback. And that's just that's how I would actually kind of figure out the direction this team is going to go in. But we don't know. We just have to see. There's still a lot of time left. They still need a receiver. I've seen a couple of mock drafts saying that they picked Gary Wilson from Ohio State, be the number 8 overall pick. That could be a possibility as well. They did sign Cordero Hodge today, more like a special teamer or somebody he's 27, so he got a little experience in this league, but he never really had more than like 13 catches a season. So like I said, you had to add some people to this wide receiver room. I'm not going to say that's or outstanding signing. So they still need a number 1 receiver for them this season. Of course, we have Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts is a hybrid tight end / receiver. So we're going to need somebody out there. And for them not going into the draft having receiver could definitely be the number 8 pick, because they don't have a receiver right now. So they could possibly take a quarterback, but I think they have more needs. Like I said, Marcus Mariota is young. He's still like 27, 28 years old. So he definitely can, you know, maybe the light, he's a late bloomer. Maybe the light cut on for him now. His second stint with Arthur Smith. Maybe he turned it around and actually start playing some solid, consistent football, because he has shown flashes throughout his career. He has won a playoff game. So it's not, you know, somebody who has not had the opportunity to show what he can do. But wouldn't it be great to have the number 1 overall pick and the number 2 overall pick to play each other twice a year here in the future? That's Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota kind of reunite, because we all know that when you drafted 1 and 2, your legacies kind of linked together. Now these guys both trying to been cut from a team and had to go sit behind Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer, and then the other one got benched, went to another team and had to sit behind another high quality quarterback, and now they both get their chance to actually start again. Jameis Winston, he kind of started off pretty good last year before he went down with injury, and then like I said, Marcus Mariota was a total professional playing behind Derek Carr. When he did get opportunity to play, he actually played pretty well. If you go look at some of the Raiders film when he actually got in the game, so it's not really 100% a need that they need to get a quarterback. But if they feel like one of these guys can be the future of the franchise, definitely I think they probably should just go ahead and take him at number 8, because you don't want to take the chance that he might not be there in the second round. Somebody might move up to get him, because somebody might feel the same way you feel about the kid, and then they take him before you get him. So if they feel like one of these quarterbacks are their guy, yes, they're going to draft him at number 8. And understanding that we got needs at receiver, defensive line, offensive line. So all these spaces we still gonna have to address in the draft. We do have 9 draft picks, so they got enough picks that they can actually create some depth this year. And of course, the last year draft class gonna have to actually show some potential to show some improvement, because this is a young roster. So guys, that's all I got. I want you guys to let me know, do y'all think they're gonna actually go get a quarterback? And if so, which quarterback do you feel? I didn't say Kenny Pickett, because I just can't see them getting rid of Matt Ryan and then drafting Kenny Pickett, who is more athletic than Matt Ryan, but kind of, to me, is like the same kind of quarterback in a way. So I just see them drafting a more athletic, mobile quarterback, especially in this offense Arthur Smith's going to run, and we actually going to see a little bit more of it with Marcus Mariota. And actually, that's probably going to be my next video, talking about how Marcus Mariota is going to fit into this offense. So you guys probably be standing by for that. So that's all I got. This is your boy Ricondo. Come back with you with another video. Peace.